Hello and welcome to Antimatter Skunkworks. To start this video, I just wanted to mention that I buy cheap sunglasses. And the reason I buy cheap sunglasses is because I always wind up stepping on them or sitting on them or just mistreating them in some way. And so I can't bear the thought of spending, $200 on a pair of Ray-Bans and then just destroying them. And one time I had a pair of sunglasses, $15 or something like that. And I was going up the stairs at work and they came off. I have a tendency to, wear them kind of like this. They came off, fell on the floor, and then I kind of stepped on them. So when I got into looking for new sunglasses, I thought to myself, I want something different, something unique, not just some cheap pair I got at Walmart or whatever. And so I don't really shop at Walmart, to be honest. Anyway, I started looking at sunglasses on the internet, just images and seeing different styles and stuff. And I found a pair I thought was super cool. And unfortunately, they were like $300 or something, and I thought, oh, that kind of sucks. And then I found this other place, and I can't remember. It's been a long time now. I've had these for a while. I think it's called something like Vintage Sunglasses. If I can come up with the actual website, I'll put it in the description. But anyway, they had a cheap knockoff version, and these are them. Regardless of your opinion on how I look with them on, I think they just look super cool. They're like so unique and different from anything else. And they also look quite steampunk, which I love. So I bought them. And they are terrible. Seriously terrible. Like, it's very difficult to describe what is wrong with them. But they're very, very dark. And what happens is they're super reflective on the inside. And so what I found was when I went out on the street, especially in Florida, we have such bright sunlight, and I tried to maybe drive with them or something like that. When I put them on, I literally couldn't see. It was so dark and there's so much glare. What I found was if they're not real big, as you can see, and there's nothing on the sides really. So when the light would come down, it would reflect off of like my cheeks and stuff, and then onto the sunglasses and then into my eyes. And they were just unusable. I actually bought two pairs. I bought a gold pair like this. I like these better for daily use, but I have something that I want to, an event I'm going to where I want to dress up like steampunk, and these are going to be perfect for them. So what I thought I could do is I wondered if I could change the lenses. So I went to actually Walmart because I checked online for stores that could do this, optical places that could do this. And Walmart actually had one. So I went there. And unfortunately, what I found was the kind of situation that often exists where somebody knows how to do something, and that's the only something they know, period. And so what happened was, let me grab that again. If you can see here, there's a bump down here, right? And that's actually where the screw is, which really makes this project easier. You can unscrew this way, the frame opens up and the lens just comes right out. It makes it super simple to replace those lenses. But that bump meant that he couldn't use the machine they have to like scan it to make a new lens for me. And I don't know what their software's like. I guess he couldn't like draw a line where the missing piece was or something. I don't know. He wasn't really interested in trying. So I kind of just gave up on the project, and they've been sitting around forever. And then one day I came across a video, and I'll put a link in the description there, where the guy just went to a place and bought some cheap sunglasses that had the kind of lens he wanted, and he cut his own. And how he did it was so simple. Here we go. Let me show you. Okay, so what he popped his lens out, and his didn't have the cool little screw like mine does. He literally just popped them out. And he went and got a pair of cheap sunglasses that had the kind of look that he was going for, and also the right curvature. I can't see. I have to use my cell phone. My camera broke. So let's see. Yeah, I think you can see that. The curvature of the lens is very close between this one and that one. There are different curvatures, and you have to be careful. You don't want to get one that's too flat or too curvy that it won't fit into your sunglasses, right? So I put on some of the sunglasses there. They were super cheap. These were $7 at Walmart, where I don't shop. And I bought a few pairs actually because I thought I might mess this up. And you can see all he did was he put it in there, and then he traced around it, leaving, hopefully you can see the little line there, right? And then he just took it on a grinder and ground it down until it was the right shape. Now, it's important to note that the shape edge on is actually like a 45, right? So if you just get super close to the line that you trace out, and then you just hold it on your grinder sort of at a 45 and go around on both edges, you can get that shape. And you got to inch in on it, apparently. You don't want to take too much because then you're done. You're going to have to get another one. You can't make it bigger. But if it's too big, you can make it a little bit smaller, right? So you just sort of inch in on it. And it turned out to be super simple. I say that now, but I haven't finished the project yet. But I took this one and I just ground it. And it was pretty abrasive, pretty aggressive. And it came right off. I thought it was going to take forever doing this, but it came like right off. And then I have another band that's less aggressive, and I started doing the 45 on it. And so far, so really, really good. So I'll show you the results as I go. Okay, so it might get a little bit loud when I turn this on. I apologize. So I originally just took it like this until I got it real close to my line, and then I just put it over here and angled it at a 45 and just sort of went like this. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's starting to come together. I'll just keep going until I get there. Okay, so now I'm just going to compare these two and see how they look. I can definitely feel mine's a little bit bigger. So I know it's not going to fit in that way. Let me check. Oh, and of course you can see that I've protected the lens with this blue painter's tape. That's what the other guy used. I wasn't sure what tape would work well and not leave a residue or mess up the finish on the lenses, but that's what he used, so that's what I'm using. And let's see, I don't even know which one of these it goes in. You just kind of have to look by shape. I believe it's, no, I think it's this one. Oh yeah, I took the screw out of that one. So I'm putting it in the frame. There we go. It's actually fitting very, very nicely, but you can see there's a huge gap here. So I'm really stretching the frame out. So what I'm going to do is, you know, keep going. Hopefully I won't break it. Okay, so I've done something really stupid here. It's especially stupid because it's the second time I've done it, but this little screw in here, I've lost it. I lost it once before, and I know that it's going to be a huge pain in the butt. You could probably get little screws like that, you know, for glasses or something if you look online, maybe somewhere, but you know, the easiest thing to do would be to find it. So when I unscrewed it this time, I decided to be smart and tape it down in a spot so I knew exactly where it was. And yeah, I lost it. So now I got to look all over for it again. I have a feeling the reason I couldn't get it out, and I have a feeling the reason it finally came out was because this machine was vibrating it. But it should be right here on the table, and I don't see it. So now I got to go in search of this little tiny screw. I forgot to mention, as you can see, these glasses had a huge section off to the side here, and I didn't want to have to grind all that off over such a long period of time. So I tried these cutters here, and I was afraid it might crack, you know, and break the whole thing. So I tried it just way out here on the edge to make sure. And you'll notice that when I click it, or when I pinch it, it's fine. So I was able to come in and get these real close. It's helpful if you stay out on the edge. There we go, like that. I was able to sort of use them like scissors and get them close to begin with. So you might try that with yours. I can't guarantee, of course, this method is going to work on every pair of glasses. Some may be harder than others. But it's working really well for me, and I found my screw. So it took a long time, so it turned a 10-minute job and a 30-minute job, but this is working really well. Let me show you the result. There it is. I'm not sure where that's focusing. That looks pretty good there. And it turns out by accident, the sort of color choice that the color that I chose matches these glasses really, really nicely. So yeah, just gonna do the other one, and yeah, if you just take your time and inch in on it, it's not too bad. So you can see how quickly I got down to the black line, or close to the black line. That was real time. I mean, it took me, what, 30 seconds, 60 seconds or something like that? Most of the time is taken doing the 45 on it and inching in on the exact, line that you need. But yeah, this aggressive stuff takes it down really, really fast. I call these huge birds pterodactyls because they're so big. And if you listen to them cry, they sound like ancient dinosaurs. This one was, he won't do it now, of course, that I'm trying to film. Maybe you can hear the other one in the background. Well, there they are. It worked perfectly. So perfectly, I'm just tickled that these things are usable now. And they look great. They fit perfect, just like the guy did on the internet, on YouTube. A couple things I wanted to mention, though, that's important. One is when I was younger, I thought that maybe cheap sunglasses didn't protect your eyes the way expensive ones did, and I was a little concerned about it. And I did a little research and found that if you're worried about messing up the coating on them with the tape or with just the grinding at all, there isn't actually a coating. I mean, there may be sunglasses somewhere that do have a coating, but what they do is they use polycarbonate, and polycarbonate is naturally UV filtering. So they just put a tint in it to get it to be dark, and so it's inherent in the plastic. And to be just extra special careful about it, I took a pair of absolutely cheap sunglasses that I was wearing to an optometrist. Actually, it was one of these glasses places you can go to, and they actually had a UV measuring machine. And they told me, yep, it's blocking, I can't remember, they gave me numbers. I think it was like 95% of UVA and 98% of UVB or something like that. But it was, they definitely work even though they were cheap sunglasses. So you don't have to worry too much about coatings or anything like that. The other thing is, it was like just super, super simple. It just, with the belt sander, it goes so easy. If you don't have a belt sander, though, you could use a pad sander. The guy online actually used a pad sander, and he just kind of went like that. It would be easier to be able to use two hands on the lens. So if you could like flip it over and put it in a vise, or maybe have somebody hold it for you even, it'd be a lot easier. But you don't actually have to have a belt sander like I do. It just makes it a lot easier. Of course, you could maybe even do it by hand, but that would probably take quite a while, I'd imagine. And it'd be prone to errors, right? Because if the stuff wraps around the lens and gets through the tape, it could scratch the lens then. So that's it anyway. Is hopefully kind of a quick video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm super, super happy about it. Now I'm going to get on and do the dark ones.